If you've ever used Runway, Pika, or Kaiber to make AI videos, you probably loved the idea, but hated the friction. The rendering delays, the stitching, the edits. Well, Sora 2 just removed all of that. Everything finally connects in one place. No more juggling prompts, voiceovers, and editors across 5 platforms. Think about the last time an AI tool made a hard task feel effortless. That's Sora 2 for video. You describe a scene, and it thinks, shoots, and edits in one go. Here's the wild part. Sora 2 isn't just generating video, it's generating understanding. It knows how a moment should look, sound, and feel, turning one simple text prompt into a cinematic UGC-style clip with natural voice, camera motion, and emotion baked in. And for small business owners and marketers, this changes everything. Because now, you can create scroll-stopping UGC content without actors, editors, or a studio. Let me show you why. For founders, creators, and marketers, video isn't optional anymore. It's the language of the internet. But the same problems never went away. It's still expensive, time-consuming, and complicated. You need to write scripts, film scenes, record voiceovers, and spend hours editing, which usually means hiring people or juggling a dozen tools just to get one piece of content done. Even most so-called AI video generators haven't fixed that. You still end up writing in one app, generating visuals in another, adding sound somewhere else, and stitching everything together manually. It's clunky, it's slow, and honestly, it kills creativity. That's exactly what Sora 2 changes. It brings the entire video process, idea, motion, and sound into one seamless flow. Now you can literally type what you want to see, like a creator in their kitchen reviewing a product. And Sora 2 generates the whole clip for you. Camera motion, lighting, voice, everything. No cameras, no timelines, just instant output. It also gives you full control over your likeness and identity. You can verify your own face or decide to exclude it completely so your content stays authentic and brand safe without any risk of unauthorized use or deepfakes. And if you want to tweak or remix your clip, Sora 2 has built-in AI editing. You can extend a 5-second shot into a 30-second ad, trim a section, or loop a moment instantly, right inside the model. You're not locked to one look either. Sora 2 can adapt to any visual style, from realistic influencer-style videos to animated or stylized campaigns across TikTok, Reels, or YouTube. And because it handles everything in one place, you can generate multiple ad variations in minutes, making testing faster and more scalable than ever. So instead of wrestling with cameras or software, you can focus purely on ideas, storytelling, and strategy. And let Sora 2 handle the technical side. For busy founders and marketers, that's not just easier, it's revolutionary. Let's build a complete, fully automated Sora 2 UGC video workflow from start to finish using N8N and FAL.ai. We're starting with the foundation of the system, a Google Sheet. Each row in your sheet represents one video idea or brief. It contains all your creative parameters like ethnicity, hair, lighting, makeup style, and mood. You also define the product type, product action, reaction style, and CTA phrase. This structure lets you define both the visual identity and the video behavior in a single spreadsheet. Once you fill a row and mark its status as pending, the workflow will automatically turn that data into a ready-to-use UGC-style video. Open N8N and start a new workflow. The first node is the manual trigger. So by clicking Execute Workflow, this allows you to run and test the automation anytime with a single click. Later, you can swap it for a schedule trigger or webhook to make it run automatically. Next, connect the Google Sheets node. Here we connect to the Google Sheet that stores our data. The document ID and sheet name are already filled in, and we set a filter so that it only retrieves rows where the status column equals pending. This ensures that only new, unprocessed tasks will run. You can add as many pending rows as you like. The workflow will handle them one at a time. Once a pending row is fetched, we move to the Set node. This is where we prepare the complete prompt for Sora 2. Every column from the Google Sheet, things like hair, lighting style, product type, CTA phrase, is mapped into one structured prompt string. We also link the image URL column from the sheet to an image_URL variable. The prompt starts by describing the portrait, ethnicity, hairstyle, makeup, etc. These details define the visual identity of your digital creator. Then, the prompt includes 3 time-coded scenes, a product testimonial, a promo montage, and an unboxing moment, each lasting 4 seconds. Together, they form a complete 12-second video that feels cinematic, realistic, and ready for social platforms. The output of this node gives us both the prompt and the image reference. Now, to ensure we only test one row at a time, we add a limit node and set it to 1. This helps prevent multiple videos from triggering at once during setup. The limit node's output is then sent to the Google Drive node called Download File. This node fetches the image from the Google Drive URL you stored in the sheet. Once the file is downloaded, we pass it to the Extract from File node. This converts the downloaded image into base 64 data, so we can send it directly to the API. Next is the core of the workflow, the Sora 2 node, which uses an HTTP request. This node connects to FAL.ai's Sora 2 endpoint, which handles image-to-video generation. The request is a post method. You can find the URL on FAL.ai Sora 2 model page. You can also choose Sora 2 Pro if you need a higher quality video. We include our FAL account credentials for authentication. The JSON body contains 5 fields. The combined prompt from the limit node, resolution set to auto, aspect ratio set to 9:16 for vertical video, duration set to 12 seconds, and image URL, which holds the base 64 data extracted earlier. This tells FAL's Sora 2 API exactly what to render, who the character is, what the scene looks like, and how the story unfolds. When the request runs, the node returns a request ID that we'll use to track progress. Since rendering takes a few minutes, we insert a wait node. It gives Sora time to process the video before we check the result. After waiting, we move to another HTTP request node called getResult. This node pulls FAL's API using the request ID from the previous step. It checks if the video generation is completed, and once it's ready, returns a response that includes the final video URL. You can increase the wait time or add a loop between wait and get result if your render times vary depending on complexity. Once we have the final video URL, we write it back to the same row in Google Sheets. The last node, Update Row in Sheet, performs this. It updates 3 columns, sets status to completed, fills output with the new video URL, and uses the row number value to match it correctly. When the workflow finishes, you'll see your spreadsheet automatically update. The status changes to completed, and the output column shows the direct link to the rendered video hosted by FAL.ai. This single automation handles every step of the process. It reads structured creative data from Google Sheets, builds a full portrait and multi-scene prompt dynamically, downloads the character image, sends it to FAL's Sora 2 API for rendering, waits for the result, and logs everything back to the sheet. No manual copy-pasting, no switching between apps, and no watermark cleanup needed. You can now expand this workflow to run continuously. Replace the manual trigger with a schedule trigger so it runs every hour or day. Increase the limit count to process multiple rows. You can also connect extra steps, like posting the finished video to social media or saving it into a Google Drive folder for review. With this setup, your Google Sheet becomes a creative command center. Each new row becomes a ready-to-generate video job. Your AI creator's look, tone, and action all come from the columns you fill out. And every completed render updates automatically, giving you a full production pipeline that runs by itself. This is how you turn Sora 2 and N8N into a fully automated UGC video factory. One click to create consistent, brand-safe, cinematic videos that are ready to publish anywhere. So there you have it. Sora 2 really is the next leap in AI video. For the first time, anyone, whether you're a marketer, founder, or solo creator, can turn simple words into polished, human-feeling video content in just minutes. You've just seen how fast you can go from idea to execution, and that's the real power here. The tools will keep evolving, but what truly matters isn't the tech, it's how you use it. The creators and founders who adapt early are the ones who'll lead the next wave of attention. And if you want to go beyond tutorials, subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the curve, and check out the next video.